Try Before We Die, the whiskey review show where we don't know what we're drinking, but we'll tell you what we're thinking. I'm here with my pal Mal. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up?
Not too much. Hey, I don't know if you know, but Dennis and Matt were here.
Really?
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that then.
Yeah, that'll be good. They say hello.
Oh, thank you very much.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll try to get everybody back on set so you can see them and have a drink with them on camera.
Did you pour a good bottle?
We did pour a
All
good
right.
bottle.
Okay.
But I won't tell you what it is.
No.
You'll have to see the episode for yourself.
I want to see it.
Right. You feeling okay?
I am feeling good.
Yeah. Everybody wants you to be 100%.
Slowly but surely.
All right. Awesome. All right. As we know, about 600 bottles of single malt Scotch whiskey in this bar, unopened. And Green Randy leads the way.
I do like Green Randy.
Yeah.
I do like it.
It's because he came through for you on your return.
Not going to say anything.
Okay. All right. What are you hoping for today?
You know, now it doesn't matter. You know, it's just bring it on. I don't care ABV and I don't care about region.
Yeah.
Just bring it on. Let's just drink it and enjoy it.
All right. What's your favorite part about all this?
Drinking your scotch.
I knew he was going to say that. All right, here we go. Green Randy today, unplanned, unscripted, which should be so obvious to everybody by now. We will open and review bottle number...
Oi!
18. Ooh. We are gonna test Malcolm's. It doesn't matter.
My mom's calling me.
16, 17, 18.
Bring it on. Bring it on. It's been sitting there collecting dust for way too long. And one of the guys on the crew has said, raving, gotta try this one. You gotta try this one. So bring it on.
The ARDBEG 5-year-old Wee Beastie.
This will be my last episode.
47.4.
It has got some dust in it, though. That's been here for a while, right? That has been here for a while.
Yeah, a little bit. But there's a wood stove down here.
Yeah.
Right, we've been locked in all winter. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you know about ARDBEGs, Mal?
Actually, you know what I'm going to say is I'm enjoying them.
Okay.
I have not yet found a drink where I've been like, I am never having that again. And the ARDBEGs have actually been really good. I mean, I got spoiled. Perpetuum was the very first one we got.
Yes.
Right? But after that, they've just been good expression. We had the lightly peated one that if I vaguely remember, it wasn't anything like named or anything like that.
The ARDBEG?
Yeah.
We had a 10-year-old.
The 10-year-old.
Yep. This is half the age.
So.
All right. Ooh, the hot doggy. Just because it's underneath me. All right. So what is the 5-year-old? What does that immediately let you know about an ARDBEG? What does 5 years old let you know?
It's very young.
Okay. True. All right. What else? ARDBEG is known as a what kind of scotch?
All right, peated.
All right. What does 5-year-old let you know about a peated whiskey?
I don't know.
Right. So peat, as it ages, loses its intensity.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So the more youthful a peated whiskey is, the more intense the peat experience will be. Perhaps why the 5-year-old is the Wee Beastie.
So let's just get this out here, right?
Okay.
So if you're calling 5 young, what would you consider old for peated?
How many years?
I'm early 60.
You're crusty and dirty.
But what would you consider then? What would you say? 10? 15? Or does it not really go
I
there?
think when you move past 20-year-old peated whiskeys, you really are moving into the subtleties, regardless of the PPMs.
So let's just get this clarified, right?
I'm listening.
That is not, you're talking about 20-year-old peat or 20-year-old that spent?
20-year-old in the barrel.
Okay.
Yeah. 20-year-old peat.
I'm just clarifying it for everybody else out there. Because the way I saw it when you started to go on about 5-year-old, you were talking about how long the peat has been around, not how long it's been about.
Peat's been around longer than 5 years.
Right.
Right.
No, I'm just throwing it out. I'm just throwing it out.
Moss and
just throwing it out.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out.
It didn't stick to the law.
That's just throwing it out.
If it was pasta.
Just throwing it out.
That's how you know when it's done.
Just throwing it out.
You're not done.
I'm not. let's just get on.
Okay. All right. So we've got a 5-year-old Ardbeg, right? We know it's going to be an intense peat experience because of the youthfulness.
Correct.
Don't know the ppms on this, but I've already had a breath of it because it was right underneath me. I have also had one taste of this at a distiller's showcase one time, but I know that our sound man, Kevin, he's probably demolished several bottles of
I know,
this,
and
right?
that's why for him,
Yeah.
this has been the day that he's been waiting for. Judgment Day, I think.
He definitely gave it the yes off camera as the number so clearly.
And actually, I'm
was
going
right
to tell
here.
this out right now. There is a little bit of intimidation coming back into me.
The nerves. Yeah. All right. Let's just see. I can't imagine that if they're going to give us a monster of a dram.
You said 46, right?
47.4. Young and intense. Smoky, all capitalized. Savory meats. Cracked black pepper. Pine resin. Chocolate and tar.
See, we're back to those expressions that make you not want to drink.
And that's it. You're done. Your mom needs you to come home.
Yeah.
The street light just came on. I gotta go,
I
guys.
think I'm going to charge my battery.
I would fight you, but I gotta go.
I got a flat tire. I'm going to change it.
All right. Who's the man behind Ardbeg?
Can't remember it. I know it, but I don't
Who
know.
else does he work for?
Oh my God.
Your jersey would say Moron G.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is Moron G, isn't it?
Yeah. So Dr. Bill.
Dr. Bill.
Lumsden, I believe, is the man behind all of Glenmorangi's spirits and Ardbeg spirits. And talk about two brands that are not in competition with each other.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Right. And he's the man behind all the Tales of Tokyo, Ice Cream, Cake, Forest, right? Just a completely different range of spirit.
But I will say in this day and age, with people who have been, this is what we do, this is all we do, the landscape is changing. People are delving into other people's realms. And quite well from some of the bottles that we pulled.
Yep.
You know, they've done really good jobs. You know, people who you would think never do peat. Wow, that's actually pretty good. People who do non-peat, that's pretty good.
I think you're right, though. This is going to be that peated whiskey everybody's afraid of when they don't know Scotch and they just think Scotch is dirty and smoky. I think this is what we're going to get. But before we uncap these, what do we have here? We have a light to medium gold. What do you got?
I like champagne.
All right, champagne. I like champagne too, but what color?
Actually, I'll give you the gold.
Okay. Light or medium? I've known Malcolm a long time, everybody.
Look, I'm shaking.
Your nerves are getting the better of you. I think that last black hair turned silver just now.
And it doesn't surprise me.
I remember when Malcolm's hair was all black.
I remember those days. Those were the good days.
Remember when I got you for your 30th birthday?
Yeah, it didn't help me.
Grecian formula. You turned early.
Did I ever? It's because I was hanging out with you.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I like this borderlands of light to medium gold. Right. And I don't disagree with you that we could be into some sort of a champagne or a sparkling wine.
Yep.
Yep. But there is a layer of gold in this spirit.
And the legs disappear very quickly.
Yeah. 47.4.
Yeah.
Wee Beastie. We know it's going to be robust, dark, and savory. Anything else you want to do, or are you just ready?
No.
I want you to uncap it and just put your nose
I
right
will.
in it.
I will.
Everybody watch Malcolm. Ready?
Yep. Psych.
Not too bad.
Actually, based on all the expressions I catch it, that was actually rather shockingly pleasant.
All the build up, right?
Yeah. But you got the maritime.
Absolutely the maritime.
You know, there's a smoke layer, just like you would like if a fire was out and it just started to dissipate across the landscape.
Yep.
You've got that.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a beach fire.
And there's like a...
I mean, we've been led because we did catch a couple
Correct.
of notes on the bottle, but that pine resin.
Oh, see, I wasn't going there. There is a savoriness to this.
Have you ever burned a pine log? And of course you have, right?
Correct.
The campfires that we do camping,
Yes.
right? We'll throw some pine in sometimes. Not a great wood for indoor heating, but cooking off all that resin.
No, I have that savoriness,
Yeah.
like the mixed, those mixed pretzels or something like that has that flavor to it, and it's like continuously making you want to go back for more, and your hands get all grubby. That's what I'm getting. I don't get your pine.
Right.
I'm really
like
having a hard time.
Like a rosemary, like a deep spice, like an intense spice. I get the pine.
No, I'm struggling with the pine.
I get the maritime
All day. And that, like I said, that
All
layer of
day.
smoke just sits there.
Yeah.
Just like
Right.
ornaments.
Right. And it's not as scary.
No, I was expecting to get blown away. I was expecting the same vibe as having a huge ABV, and you burn, and you're like, "What am I doing to myself?" This is, which actually sort of is the problem here. Is this sort of belays this? Oh, this is not going to be so bad.
This may be one of those.
This is just an Ardbeg. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
The palate may be the deliverer of justice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, should we find out?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. No.
I just want to get over it. Cheers.
47.4.
Cheers.
The Wee Beastie 5-year-old Ardbeg still available on the shelves, folks.
I am shaking a little bit.
All right.
Not gonna lie to you.
Let's just do it. All right, there's a lot more on the palate than on the nose. I probably could have, but I didn't. Medicinal,
Very.
right? This is definitely a seaside drink.
There's two things to this.
Okay.
I'm going to say. One, I don't see how he drinks it all the time, but I do, because there is a lot of going on here.
Yeah.
There is a lot of flavor, a lot of different there's a lot of explosion of flavor in your mouth. Now I've got a little numbness going on, and I can taste that medicinal.
Yeah. How about that tar? You're picking up that black tar.
And you got like these tastes that are just not good in the sense that that's not something I want to be doing.
You ever driven by when they're paving the highway?
That's exactly.
Right?
That's exactly. You get that, and I actually like that smell. I do like that
hot,
smell.
Smoking asphalt.
But it is. I can see why he drinks this.
Right.
Is it my cup of tea? No. This I would say is probably, out of all the Ardbegs we have, probably the furthest away from what I would really like to drink on a regular basis. However, if you were to put me in the middle of camping, fall, where it starts to cool down, and I would like to have something that's going to give me a little bit of warmth, a little bit of like groundingness.
Yep. I just had an incredibly sweet experience. Tip of tongue, center of tongue. It just became incredibly sweet.
Yes.
Right? Interesting.
Very much so.
Right. There's a layer of complexity here that you're not going to find in 5-year-olds that often.
Agreed.
Right. Because it hasn't spent a lot of time in maturation. Right. So some of this may be related to the mash bill. Right. What is the barley used? And is there a mix of barleys used? Right. What have they done to these casks, these bourbon casks, where they scraped, where they retoasted? Something's going on here to create a complexity that you might not necessarily automatically go, oh, 5-year-old, super complex whiskey.
And there's like a coating, that tar that you talk about. It just lingers. It doesn't disappear. It's just like there. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get rid of it, but it doesn't.
I'm going to need you to send me a message later in about 5 hours and go, I still taste it.
I mean, this really, so the name, Wee Beastie.
Wee Beastie.
On point.
Yep.
Because it really is, it's a small package with a lot of punch.
Right, right. And wee also could be youthful.
Correct.
Right. I've got a wee lad here, right? That's your young child.
Yes.
Right, right. And then, but beast.
But it is definitely more...
Little like Bradzilla.
Little like Bradzilla.
Yeah.
But it's definitely all... When we talk about whiskey's mature, this is like an immature Scotch. It doesn't quite have the legs, but it's got a lot of potential.
Yep. For you.
For me.
For you. Right. I am still hung up on, I've just done it again, and I've had an amazingly sweet experience on one side, and it completely finishes in this tar, resin, smoky, medicinal, maritime background. But the front side is, wow, so sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it has that. And that is what makes this entire, what we do, is what makes it so interesting.
Yeah.
Because you get to taste these things where I was like completely, when the number went, oh, here we go, this is the beginning of the end. Yeah. But you take these in and you allow it to wash across your mouth and do things, and you can pick up different flavors that you can almost change the way the whiskey tastes in your mouth by doing different things.
Right. Chewing it, especially. Chewing your whiskey is a thing that more folks should do. Looks funny as you chew your liquid, but it really exposes a lot more flavors as you break it down. And again, your natural saliva is almost as if you're adding some water to it, but it's a salty because it's, right? And it's pairing really well here.
That is surprisingly good.
You're slowly changing your tune.
I mean, I as much as I stand by my space sides with my hand on my heart, and I'm like, this is the way to go. But I will tell you, the ability to change to taste from different regions, this is quite impressive.
Yeah. Now, it just feels like we have to go to some of these smoked fishes.
As soon as it was put down and the number went up, I knew exactly what I was going for.
All right, so we have a cracked pepper salmon, we have a traditional salmon, we have a rainbow trout, and I believe we have some Icelandic dried haddock, as if it were a jerky. What do you think that you're going to do? The cracked pepper?
Well, first, I just like a little bit more.
Remember, not really Mal's cup of tea.
But I would like to try that smoked with the pepper.
The cracked pepper.
The cracked pepper. That's where
I 100% agree.
I saw it and I was like, that's got this written all over it.
Get yourself some. There you go, buddy.
Losing it.
So good, so creamy, so peppery.
Mm. Whatever.
Have some more of that, please.
That is great.
Right. So if we were out and about,
I would
order more.
I would hope you catch a salmon, do what you're going to do with it, and I'd be like, I'm going about this. Any other day, I'd be like, no, I'm not touching it.
Right, right. But a bottle of Wee Beastie, some pepper smoked salmon.
Wow.
Right. It just works, right?
It goes to, and I think people have asked about it, and it's good that it's back. It's amazing what the accoutrements will do for a drink, for a whiskey.
Yes, right. Because sometimes the whiskey may just be missing this little thing for your individual preference, right? And I think bringing this salmon into this whiskey made a difference for you.
Very much so.
Right. Because it's everything. It's peppered. It's maritime. It's got a creaminess, which is a relative of sweet. This whiskey is tar, is resin, but it's got this sweet and smoke. And together,
fantastic.
I'd have a second.
Wow, down.
Yeah. The ARDBEG Wee Beastie, 47.4% ABV. brings it hard. Challenged Malcolm today.
I feel like I've conquered a peak. You know, it's like that's been staring at me for years, and now I'm like, it's done.
You did it. And with the pairing, we've got it.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think we know why Kevin might like it so much.
No, I definitely agree.
And again, I continuously go back to this sweet vein that it brings. Right in the center of the tongue.
And it goes. If you change the way you put it in your mouth and the way you deal with it, it has a whole different ball game to it.
Yep. All right. Well, shall we see what the crew has for us?
I'll take it.
Thank you.
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe your friends on the back of the couch. The couch. What is this? What are these people doing? Cheers, mate.
Cheers. The ARDBEG Wee Beastie, a 5-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey that challenges you just in the way they've named this whiskey. It brings you in nervous, but if you allow it to develop in the glass, you find the right pairing. This whiskey works, and I'd order a second if I was at a restaurant. What do you got?
Agreed. I mean, I would like to just put it out there and say, oh, weak sauce. But this thing really is, that's a drink. And you have to be prepared to drink it. And I think the adding of the salmon really just rounds off this drink wonderfully.